farm began with a small group in Rochester in 1957 when Mrs. March came to visit and help out a small group of people. So on July 4th, 1967, we found the farm. And the aim was to not just think about all these ideas, but to put them into practice. And from there, a small group of people came out to live here, to construct new buildings, to turn this pottery that had been a chicken coop into a pottery. And then people started coming and coming.
Oh, that is nice.
I first came to the guild when I was 17 years old, and I came with my family.
Initially, I came here as a college student, as an undergraduate student at Cornell University.
I followed musicians to the farm. I was exploring music in the area and met a bunch of young musicians who lived here.
I was looking for a pottery apprenticeship. And I was also very interested in a spiritual community, an intentional community. So I came and knocked on the door and said, "Is there a pottery here?" And I very much was in accord with how they were working with the craft when I came. So what was going to be a 2-week visit turned into an almost 50-year visit.
We are endowed with well over 300 acres of woods and fields and a beautiful setting, just absolutely world class, and we are so blessed. The farm has been organic for many years, and the orchards have been organic, and we have the possibility for developing more growing, possibility for feeding more people.
The space itself, the land, really, there's something there, energetically speaking, that it really gives you a sense of beauty. When you travel around the world, it's really nice to be able to remember that there's spaces like the guild where you can feel really relaxed.
When you come to a place where where the silence is so loud, you hear the silence out here. It's dark outside, but you hear life. It's in the middle of afternoon, you hear life. And you don't hear it in a boom, you hear it in a heartbeat, in a rhythm, and you feel life, And it's important to me for a human being to feel life. And this is a place where you feel it at. And you don't know you don't have it until you have it. I didn't even know I didn't have this until once I've experienced it. And when I'm away from it, I miss it. I know that it exists. And so the guild is a place that once you experience it, you know the importance of it.
we ready for this? Weather with you.
A real hot ash can collect.
The Folk Art Guild was established in Middlesex in 1967 as an intentional community with the aim of helping the development of balanced people, and has continued the age-old tradition of handcrafts and agriculture. Amidst the practicalities of daily life and the challenges and joys of living in community, these streams come together.
Ceramics was an early piece of this experiment, focusing primarily on the production of beautiful and functional ware. While going through different phases of potters teaching and producing work, the studio has continued the practice of marking all the pieces made here anonymously, without a personal signature, and instead using the stamp of the guild.
I love to watch people growing with their clay. And to me, the learning about kiln building is another part of the whole process of an education of a potter.
The opportunity to build a wood kiln and fire with it would be a wonderful way to pool our strengths and bring our hands, brains, and hearts together.
At this moment, the practicing potters in the studio would like to build an efficient, fast-fire wood kiln as a means to sustainably produce their work. This is seen as an organic continuation of their efforts to explore using local materials, clays, and glazes. The wood kiln would become a critical piece in the creation of an ecologically minded product, as well as allowing people here now and in the future to deepen their sense of process.
Over the last 2 years, I've learned how to throw and how to fire the kilns, which has actually been one of my favorite parts about working in pottery.
So there's something in the labor that goes all the way through from the beginning, from the gathering of the clay, the mixing of the clay, to making the pot, and it's like a thread of attention can go through all the processes. And when we are able to fire with wood, which this kiln will allow, it's almost like a full circle of completing that process of hand-thrown, handmade. It's quite lovely. It's not that what we do now isn't handmade and home-thrown and all that stuff, but having the labor involved in the wood kiln and the fact that we're using our own wood, our own resources, is quite beautiful to me.
What was it that made you follow Gurdjieff to Paris in 1929?
It's a big question, you know, it's a big question. Parts of his book, which I had heard, and his very powerful appearance told my inside that there I would find what I had wished for from my life, from my earliest life on. Someone who knew about religion, about art, about why men are miserable, why people are not happy, and yet they could be if they would overcome their small inherited self. He didn't give sermons, which I didn't like, or lectures in general, not lectures. They were as if they came by the way out of him, and yet they contained, for me, all the truths that I had ever heard. For instance, I heard from him, if one is right, the marriage is right, which I have passed on. If one is right, he will not fight the other. The marriage can go. It doesn't need to be unhappy or broken or divorced. Just such many practical things in human relations.
Is Gurdjieff's message a difficult one to pass on?
Yes.
Why?
Because we are so bound to what we are, what we are born with, or what we are educated into, and to change is difficult. And that's, I never expected that he would have more than a few real students. Christ had 12 apostles.
How does Gurdjieff's teachings relate to what you are doing here now?
We love work. And we love work in the outer sense. So, be it farm or being craft. But work in the inner sense cannot be easily transmitted in a word. You struggle with your own denying part, with your egoism. And I have to find occasions where this comes forth to the one. We are unawares of how blind we are, how blind or deaf or whatever Christ mentioned, you know. The Buddhists add ignorance. The learned are still ignorant as for the real aim of why I am here. I'm here to perfect myself, to drive out whatever my judging the others.
Well, the Guild is a community of craftsmen, and we've been working together for well over 40 years in a lot of different crafts.
And why don't you show us some here? I know you've got some that we can show and get some nice tight shots of here. What do you have?
We have brought some woodworking, which is what I do. This is a shape that I'm interested in doing. This is a curly maple piece, and there's a smaller curly maple piece. This wood is actually from University Avenue.
From University Avenue?
Right here in town. And this is Osage orange. This is a neat little bowl, which is from Bushnell's Basin.
So how
right in Pittsburgh.
How do you even start? I mean, you say the wood is from here in town, but you're sourcing it locally, or where?
We found the trees.
People, you found the trees, really?
People gave us trees, or we found them ourselves, and start with a log, and you work with the green wood.
Well, and some people may be wondering about what you're wearing as well.
Well, I'm working on a vest in sewing.
Oh, look at this. Yeah, we got the full modeling. There we go.
So it's a tree, the tree of life.
Uh-huh.
And also we have some toys to play with, all handcrafted wooden toys. This one's called the Dancing Man.
Actually, yeah, why don't you hold it so the camera can see it? That's perfect, right there.
Okay, so there's a little song goes, the dancing man, oh, I'm a dancing man, dancing all the time, woohoo! Dancing in the morning, dancing at night, I'm the dancing man, all right, yee-hoo!
Now, do you have to sing it in order to
it doesn't work otherwise.
it doesn't work otherwise. No, we laugh, we joke, but it's a great piece. And what are people in general going to pay for some things like this here?
Well, the Dancing Man is in the $30 range. Mm-hmm. This is a mug which is made in the pottery, which is $28. Mm-hmm. These are ginkgo leaves actually applied and put on before the firing.
Those are actual leaves there.
They were.
Yeah.
The impression is made by a real leaf.
And I'm scared to even handle this piece.
Yeah, this is
Beautiful.
sawdust-fired
Wow.
vase. It's all hand-carved. And the way they get the color is that they use sawdust from our wood shop, and they burn it, and the smoke creates this pattern of kind of fired with the black and the white.
Yeah, it is beautiful.
Very unpredictable. You don't know how it's going to turn out.
Well, that is a gorgeous piece. Okay, we got about a minute left. I want to make sure, again, if you're just joining us, you see some of these pieces this weekend at the Harley School. Friday, Saturday, Sunday, 10 to 5, 11 to 5 on Sunday. All kinds of crafts and all kinds of things that we can't even have time to show today, right?
We just brought a little sampling.
Yeah.
There's wonderful weavings. There's some glass jewelry that will be there. There are much more kinds of clothing, such as what Gabe is wearing. There's furniture that we make, wooden furniture. There's even a canoe.
A canoe?
Mm-hmm.
Probably not $38.
No.
but really neat because, you know, what I like about the toy, and before we go to break, we got to have that song again. That was the best. You know, these are the kind of things that you know, it's old school gifts for kids and things like that. So, gentlemen, thank you. All the information's on our website if you want to check it out at the show this weekend. Have a great weekend. Thanks for coming in. He's got the information there. And as we go to break, can you play us the song again?
Oh, I can do one more.
Yeah.
So I'm the dancing man, oh, I'm the dancing man, dancing all the time, woohoo! Dancing in the morning and dancing at night. I'm the dancing